thanks for having a look at the channel and this video, and thanks to my subscribers for staying with me. But today we're looking at painting the Abrams, the primer, and then their initial colour for that Gulf War build that we're doing for the 1990-91 Gulf War build. So I've got two of the tanks here, and the first thing I'll do is I'll just mount them on something. So what I'll do is the bottle tops, and just take the turrets off, push them down onto there, just so you got something to grab onto. It's pretty standard with some of my stuff. I've got a tub of Blu Tack here, and this is mostly recycled bits. So if I need a little bit extra on one of these bottle lids, I'll just put a little bit extra on there. And that way gives that base of the tank something to grab onto. Mount them in such a position that you can easily put them down once we've sprayed them. Same with this one. So try not to push on those machine guns or anything, and just give it a little push. Try not to push on the turret baskets on the outside, the tool bins and stuff. And if I need a little bit more, I'll just rip off a bit, just work it a little bit till it's a little bit soft. Put it on there, put it on that lower section, and then we've got, you know, two lower sections and two turrets all mounted up, ready for priming. And the primer we're going to use is Chaos Black. So pretty standard for a lot of my builds. Chaos Black, I like it. It provides really good coverage, so yeah, I find it's a really good spray paint for priming. So I'll just move those turrets just out of the way, and one of those lower sections, and then I'll just hold it by the base. That's spray paint, and I'm about 15 centimeters away, so just outside of the camera on top right there. And I'll just start applying some paint. And you can do two coats, or you can give it just one coat. And you can see there's a few little spots that might just need a little bit more primer. Gives it that nice colour. Remember, the primer likes to stick to the model and paint likes to stick to the primer, so this sort of works in that very good system, one before the other. And later on the channel, I'll do a build where we leave the machine guns and stuff off, paint them separately, and then glue them on after the final build. This is a complete build, as in everything's been completed in the build, then we're painting it. So just another way to do things. So happy with that turret. And so you can see there was no magic involved. We'll do another one. Nice and glossy till it settles down and dries. And we've got a couple just off camera that are dried, and we'll look at painting in that base colour in a second. Awesome, looks good. Now I normally give them 3 or 4 hours to dry at the minimum. You can give them a bit more. In here we've got some that I've got 2 here, that there's 2 tanks that I've done before. So we'll just quickly have a look at them. You can sort of see that's that paint drying after a day. And I'm going to give them their colour, and there's another one just here. So we've got 2. And the colour I'm going to paint them is light sand. However that comes into focus. TS46. Light sand. Now I shook them off camera, but I'll just give them another quick shake. I find this paint is excellent for fine detail, so I'll get it onto these models. And the same thing, about 10 centimeters away from the model when I spray it. And I find that fairly light first coat and then I'll just put that off to the side, and I'll give it a second coat after I've done the second vehicle, so after it's had a minute or so to dry. So the turret for that vehicle, same, just real light coat. And don't worry, we're getting to using the airbrush at some stage, not on this build, but for another build. This is just if you don't have an airbrush and you want to spray paint models not with a brush. So we'll give that a touch-up coat in a second. We'll get our next one done. And we'll give that a touch up again as well in a minute. Every possible angle is good. Now we'll go back to that first one, and you can see that body's just started to dry. That lower hull section's just started to dry, and on that engine deck. So I'll just give it a quick top up. And you'll notice that really fills in that colour. And then the turret for that one, same again, give it a little top up spray. I'll put that turret down there. And one of the ones we primed. So that's what I do, and I'll go across off camera and paint the two that just primed. I'll let them dry for a little bit, and I'll paint the two that are primed, and the two that are painted, I'll get them all up to this standard of that light base coat colour of that sand, that light sand, and then we'll continue with the build once these guys are painted. So I'll see you in the next video for that painting with these guys, and heaps going on, so stay tuned to the channel, and thanks so much for watching.